Hey, Diamonds, what's going on? So I finished my binge watching of season 4, second half of You, and I just finished episodes 8 through 10. Yeah. So let me tell you where it's at. So it turned into a guessing game, right? So it kind of went back to the previous 3 seasons, right? Because all of this time, Joe thought his ass was talking to the mayor, Reese, but he was talking to a personality in his goddamn brain, goddamn it, in his head. So he didn't get the mayor for nothing. The mayor don't even know who he is or any of that, where Miriam is, or any of that shit. He didn't kill him for nothing, child. Then he didn't kill Katie daddy, right? Because Katie got into it with her father because the father had Adam, who's Phoebe's scamming ass now husband, murdered, right? Because he set it up to where he thought Adam thought he was having a threesome with 2 men, well, a foursome with 2 men and a woman. Come to find out, they tied his ass to the bed and killed him. God damn it. With that being said, so, Katie was feeling some type of way towards her father, and so she confided in Joe, and Joe, doing what Joe do best, went over there and killed the damn father. All the while, right, Joe trying to figure out, well, where is Miriam and how she get in the cage, right? So his voice in his head, right, one of his personalities, which is the damn Mayor Reese, said, really think about what you be doing. So when he started going back in his mind, he started seeing that he is the person that kidnapped Miriam at the damn train station, took her ass down to this abandoned building and put her ass back in the Hannibal Lecter cage, child, and was feeding her and everything and wouldn't let her go. So the student, now she know about it. So her and Miriam trying to, get a plan together so they can get rid of Joe, child. So all this time, Joe been thinking he talking to the mayor and having arguments and shit. He been arguing with his goddamn self because he is a psychopathic serial killer at this point, child. God damn it. With that being said, right, so the student and Nadia and Miriam decide, like, listen, this is what we're going to do to get me out this goddamn Hannibal Lecter cage, because if you call the cops, Joe going to get away from the cops and he's going to come after me if he think I'm still alive. So check this out, right? So while, Joe going back and forth and trying to relive his steps to find out what happened to Miriam and how she in the cage and where this cage at, right? He having different, schizophrenic episodes, right? So when he figure out that he is the one that kidnapped her, now he got to figure out how to get her free, because she been gone so long that the grandmama done told her, listen, bitch, you ain't came and got this little girl. You ain't tended to her. You abandoned her. I'm going to take her ass back to the States and you ain't going to never see her again, right? So now Joe feel bad because, Miriam like, see, now she, now the grandmama think I didn't realize because you done kidnapped me and I ain't even been able to see my daughter, child. So, Joe feeling guilty and trying to figure it out, and he like, okay. Right. So at this point, he thinks Miriam didn't have some type of allergic reaction and she did. Right. But kind of find out the student Nadia, who then brought this guy in. I can't remember the student name, but the one who's like liking her, and he thinks she don't like him because she been too busy being nosy over here in Joe's apartment and down here with this goddamn Miriam in this Hannibal Lecter cage. So she done put him in the loop, and so they decided to team up and do some, detective work on Joe. Right? So Joe goes back to the cage thinking Miriam is dead, right? He buries her in a forest because that's what Joe do. He buries the evidence in the body and move on with his life. But kind of find out they came up with a plan to where she was going to fake OD, die, right? Joe gonna think she dead like he did, took her out of the cage. So once he thought he buried her, right? Then the student Nadia, she come up and I guess give her one of them narco pens so she could wake her ass up and not be OD and die. Child, it was just a lot. Then, Joe tried to kill himself and throw himself over the bridge because he tired of hearing the voice in his head. It was a lot. This season wasn't particularly good to me, right? Like I said, the little psychotic episode Joe had toward, episode 8, 9, 10-ish. Okay, but for the most part, yeah, this whole season of You, of season 4, I wasn't into it. But, if it have another season, I'm watching.